Welcome, everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. There is trouble in paradise for failed former President Donald Trump and his new buddy, who may be on his way out already, J.D. Vance. New polling in critical swing states and in the alleged swing state of Minnesota, which is not really a swing state, despite Trump's claims that he's leading in Minnesota. New approval polling in critical swing states has Kamala Harris with higher favorability than Donald Trump. This is interesting for a few reasons, not the least of which, before Joe Biden said, I'm going to step aside and endorse Kamala Harris, one of the reasons that many on the right and left said that Joe Biden couldn't possibly win was that his approval rating, his favorability in some of these critical states was tied with or even below Donald Trump. By definition, if that is what we look at to say, hey, who can win these states? Kamala Harris now leading those favorability polls has to be a bad sign for Donald Trump. So let's discuss what is going on. Internet erupts after Fox News poll shows Harris beating Trump's approval in swing states. So let's put the specific results up on the screen. Of course, remembering that favorability is not polling. This is not how do you plan to vote. And actually, let's even clarify. You can look at a particular state and have three different types of polls. Who do you plan to vote for? Who do you like or see more favorably? And who do you believe will win? You might have a belief about who will win that's different from the person you're going to vote for. You might say, I plan to vote for Trump, but I believe Harris will win. These are three different types of polls. These are just favorability ratings. In the critical state of Wisconsin, Kamala Harris now leads Trump 49-47. In the critical state of Pennsylvania, Harris leads 49-46. In the not normally critical state of Minnesota, insofar as it's not usually close, Harris leads by 8, 51-43. And critically in Michigan, what a number. In Michigan, Kamala Harris leads Trump by 10 percentage points in favorability, 57-47. Normal caveats. This is a poll of registered voters with a margin of error plus or minus 3 points. This is not election polling. It's favorability polling. We're going to look at the election polling in a moment, but it is not a good sign about the direction that things are going for Trump. Spending the entire RNC did Trump and his fellow Republicans attacking Joe Biden, making the case as to why Joe Biden shouldn't, can't, must not be president. And Joe Biden is no longer the candidate. It will be interesting to see the media reporting, given that when Biden was below Trump in these same polls, the argument was Biden can't possibly win. What will they say now? And a couple of other notes on this. Newsweek also reporting on this. Kamala Harris's approval rating surges as Trump's falls. This is a different poll. So we just looked at the Fox News poll, which showed the approval for Trump is toilet down and Harris is up. There's also an ABC News Ipsos poll showing Harris's favorability overall at 43. That's up 8. And Trump's favorability down to 36. So we now have, on average, this is not at an individual state level, but on average, Harris leading Trump in favorability 43-36. These are really bad numbers for Donald Trump. There's just no way to spin it. Of course, the same right-wingers who were previously saying, oh, look at the favorability polling. Now we're going to say you can't trust the favorability polling. ABC News is blah, 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 George Stephanopoulos, liberal, I don't know. They're going to find some way out of it. Now let's take a step back, because favorability is different than who do you plan to vote for. If we look now at election polling in these critical swing states, bearing in mind that we only have a couple at most data points post Biden dropping out. What date did Biden drop out? It would have been the 21st. All right. So we only have a couple polls here from each state. In Wisconsin, it is effectively tied, Trump leading by an average of 0.7. So a very tight race there, could go either way. In Pennsylvania is Trump's strongest performance. We now have three post-Biden stepping aside polls in Pennsylvania, and it is Trump +3. The problem with that is in that average, you have a Trump 7-point lead and 6-point lead that are before Biden dropped out. So I don't know that that's necessarily accurate. In Michigan, we have two polls post-Biden dropping out, and it's an average of Trump +1. And then Minnesota, no matter how many times Trump wants to tell us, oh, this is close. It's not close in Minnesota. On average, Kamala Harris leading by 8 there in Minnesota. So the shape of the race is certainly changing. And one of the really important aspects to this, not only the polling, not only the money that's coming in behind Kamala Harris, but it is what appears to be a growingly difficult situation for J.D. Vance, where rumors are now flying. This guy may not even, forget about November. J.D. Vance may not even make it to Labor Day on the ticket. Let's talk about that next.